Okay, last week our president made a huge announcement about the automotive industry, and I'm going to give my 2 cents worth. This is going to be a little bit longer video, but stick around to the end and you'll see how it all ties together. So the current, what they call CAFE standards, require automakers by their entire fleet to have a certain mile per gallon average, and that has to increase every year. And at the current state, in 2031, they're all supposed to be over 50 miles per gallon, which is very, very difficult to do. Now, what President Trump did is he lowered that number down to 34 miles per gallon. Now, keep in mind, none of this is official as of yet. It still has to go through all the channels and be confirmed. But in the event that this happens or comes anywhere close to what he's talking about, this is going to be a huge deal. Of the many subjects that were covered in this meeting, one of them, this was a big highlight, was the opportunity for the United States to start manufacturing and importing to sell K vehicles. Now, even if nothing else happens but this, importing compact vehicles into the United States to actually sell is going to be monumentally changing in the automotive industry, both for the manufacturer and the consumer. Not only is this going to add a huge segment to the markets here in the United States, but it's also going to bring in a ton of competition, and competition fuels lower prices. That means that we're going to have the opportunity to buy lesser expensive cars that are potentially a lot more fun than what's currently offered, and they're also going to be very fuel efficient. Now, most influencers have been talking about this and saying, hey, these are the trucks we're going to be getting. And I agree, we are going to see a lot more K trucks, but I also have a grand understanding that the automobile industry is also going to find a way to import other pickup trucks. And the other trucks I think they're going to start manufacturing and importing into the United States are going to look a lot like the pickup trucks that we're familiar with from the 1970s to the early 2000s. Now, a suggestion that I have, like tons of other people have, is to get rid of the chicken tax. And if you're unfamiliar with the chicken tax, it was a tax imposed in 1964, I think it was, to help protect farmers, and somehow it bled into the automotive industry, and basically importing compact pickup trucks had a 25% tax on it. But there were companies that found a lot of ways around, including removing the bed of the truck and importing it as a cab and chassis, and then adding the bed once it got to the dealer. Now, the only issue with this is that the majority of automakers now make compact pickup trucks as unibodies with the bed attached, so they couldn't remove it to avoid the chicken tax. Subaru did this a while back, and they got creative. And that's the story of how we got the Brat. You see, Subaru was just going to import trucks, but they didn't want to pay the tax, and they couldn't remove the bed. So they put seats in the bed to get around it, saying basically it's a passenger vehicle, not a truck. Now, if you've made it this far, type mini truck in the comments.